Hi there, vinyl community, it's Paul from Circular Motion bringing you another video, and today we're going to talk about live albums. So, a couple of times I think I've mentioned in the past few videos about how bad the recent release by Queen and Adam Lambert has been, the Live Around the World. Now for me it sounds like they just recorded a DVD, lifted the soundtrack off it and stuck it on a CD, vinyl, download, stream, whatever. It just sounds so ridiculously bad. It sounds like someone's hung a few mics in the auditorium and just taking it. In fact, I've got bootlegs that I think sound better than that. It is so bad. So I thought, well, I'll have a look at some live albums. That'll be an interesting video. And it actually turns out I'm probably going to have to do 3 because I've got that many live albums I didn't realise I had as many live albums as I've actually got. So I thought I'd split it into 3 sections. First section today is stuff that's pre-1980. Next week I'll do after 1980. And then after that I'll just look at some actual, not bootlegs as such, but unofficial releases that I have. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. So there's 10 records to go through today. They're not in any real particular order. I'm going to start off with Ummagumma. It's a half and half. It's a double album, as I'm sure the majority of you are aware. Released in 1969, I think. This appears to be an actual repress, although I can't actually get a date for it. I've looked on Discogs. First disc is live recorded in Birmingham and Manchester College of Commerce in 1969, June. So I would have been just coming up to 2 years old at that point. And the B-side, the second album, so is a studio album where each of the members recorded like a solo composition with the help of everybody else, which is quite a nice idea. It kind of sets it apart from your usual sort of live fare. It's a decent album. The sound quality is actually surprisingly really good, but it's nothing less than you would expect from Pink Floyd, to be fair. But even for 1969, it does sound really nice. In fact, there's not a lot really on that first record to give away that it is a live album. Such is the quality of the recording, so that's quite nice. But anyway, yeah, if you get to check it out, I got this for a tenner, I think, from my favourite record shop here in the town. You know, it's on the EMI Harvest label, so yeah, it's got a quick look. So there, yeah, you can see the old Harvest, which I remember seeing as a kid. In fact, I'm pretty certain that when I was a kid, my dad used to put on Dark Side of the Moon, and it used to scare the living Jesus out of me. There was that, and then there was the cover to Trout Mass Predator, which also used to put the fear of Satan into me because it's a fish head on a man. But yeah, so if you're watching this, Dad, thank you for that. Probably why I don't eat a lot of fish these days. So yeah, Ummagumma. It's a decent album. Again, these aren't in any particular order. I just thought I would share with you some of the live albums that I've got. Next up, we've seen this one before, What the Hoople Live. So this was recorded in both Broadway and in Hammersmith at the legendary Hammersmith Odeon that is now the Hammersmith Academy, is it? O2? Still a great venue. I've seen quite a few bands there. It's a nice little album, to be fair. This is it appears to be an actual 1974 pressing, from what I can gather. And as I've said in the previous videos, it's still got the little playbill replica inside it. And yeah, it's not bad. It kind of captures the essence of the band at the time. And yeah, if you get, I mean, these are all over the place. You can probably pick one up on eBay for £5. So I thought, oh, I'll get that. It's got the playbill. It'll be worth a few bob. This is just when I started out, like collecting records, and then sort of went on eBay and went, oh yeah, not going to make any money on that, but I'm going to keep it because it is a great album. I'm quite fond of What the Hoople, to be fair. Next up, we've got the quite it's not atrocious, but it's not brilliant. Get your yayas out. Rolling Stones, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this. The cover alone should have put me off. It's just horrific. The record itself, this was before I used to check the quality of records. I used to say, oh yeah, I'll buy that. The quality of the record itself isn't great, and the actual recording itself is certainly not the best you'll ever hear, really. If you compare this, I mean, this was, when was this? 1970. If you compare this to the Ummagumma one, they're worlds apart, which is disappointing. So yeah, even my dad said this isn't one of their best albums, and he's a massive Stones fan, so I take his word as gospel when it comes to things rolling and stony. Moving on, we've got Free Live, All Right Now, I'm a Mover, Be My Friend, Fire and Water, which was covered in the last 5 years by Ace Frehley on his Origins album with Paul Stanley singing along there, which is actually quite a decent track, one of the better tracks on the album. Ride on My Pony, Mr. Big, The Hunter, and Get Where I Belong. Now, Get Where I Belong is an actual studio track, according to the back of this, recorded in 1971. The rest of them were recorded either in Sunderland, which is like, wow, Sunderland, or Croydon. Again, Croydon, Sunderland. It's not a bad album. It's not brilliant. Again, it kind of is like, I think all live albums really are a snapshot in time. I always think the majority of live albums are a bit of a cash grab. It's like, well, we can't think of what to put out. Can't be asked to go into the studio right now. We'll just bang a live album out and hope for the best. So yeah, it's not great. But this is 1971. I think this is a German. No, this is a 1977 reissue. It was released in 1971. This is a 77 German pressing. Not bad. I paid 10 quid for it, which is disappointing because it's not in the best of condition. There's quite a lot of noise on there. I've tried cleaning it and it still hasn't really fixed it. But I'm going to have another go, and I might do a video about that because that seems to be a hot topic in quite a lot of places. Moving on. Ozzy Osbourne, the Randy Rhoads tribute album. This I bought when it came out. This is my original 1987 copy. I still got the poster in there, I believe. Yes, there it is. It's not like a fantastic, like, get that up on your wall kind of thing, but it's a nice little bit of nostalgia. Yeah, this again, speaking of cash grabs, that's what this sounds like. If you listen to it, I'm sure they could have tweaked it, they could have mixed it a little bit better. It's very top heavy. It's not unlistenable, but it's just, I don't think it's any, again, I've got bootlegs, I've had bootlegs that have sounded better than this. It just seems lacking in punch, but it is, it is a nice little showcase of Randy and what he could do live. He was phenomenal, and it was a tragic loss when he died. But yeah, another good one. The Mighty Rush, their first live album, All the World's a Stage. So this was released in 1976, and this is an original pressing, from what I can gather, looking on Discogs. I'm a bit confused because there's a couple of different coloured covers, but from what I can gather, using the matrix in the lockout groove and using the colours on this as a guide, it is an original pressing. It is decent. It is. All Rush albums sound really good, and this is no exception. And I think it's got some great stuff on by Neil. It's got I love Neil Peart's playing. He's one of my favourite drummers. But yeah, Bastille Day Anthem, Fly By Night, In the Mood, Something for Nothing, Lakeside Park, which is probably one of my least favourite tracks, although it's not too bad. 2112, the whole light of 2112, brilliant. Baitor, the Snow Dog, also brilliant. In the End, Working Man, Finding My Way, which is brilliant, and What You're Doing. So yeah, really good. Recorded in Toronto in 1976. So if you can catch up with that, I thoroughly recommend it. I got this off eBay actually. and I think it was one of those where I swooped in at the last minute and just put a bid on and won it. And I think I only paid 12 quid for it, something stupid like that. It wasn't like a massive amount. I was quite chuffed. Quite chuffed to get it for that price. And when it arrived and it was in such good condition, because you always take a chance if you just do that whole swooping in thing. Next, we've got a 2016 Dutch reissue, and I'll get it open properly, of The Who live at Leeds. Now, I'm not a massive Who fan, I'll be honest with you, but as live albums go, this is pretty much a benchmark for how live albums should sound, and I can't argue that. And there are some great tracks on here, particularly the whole Tommy thing is pretty decent as well. It's 3 albums, including a certificate of half-speed mastering from Abbey Road. So the world-renowned engineers have been cutting grooves into this since the studios first opened their doors in 1931, blah blah blah. Miles Showell, mastering engineer at Abbey Road Studios, and nice little gold seal. This was a bargain, because I think if you go into HMV it's about 40 quid or something stupid like that, and I got this for, it was £20 on eBay, but there was a special offer on that you could get it for 18, so I got it for 18 quid with free postage. So results, I think me and Justin, we both got one at the same time, and it is, you know, for a live album, it is really good. The playing's fantastic, the definition is, it's a great pressing. They just, you know, I can't listen to the whole thing in one go, whereas I can put Exit Stage Left on, or Exit Stage Left, or some of the live albums on, and listen to them all the way through. Live Killers, I can listen to that all the way through sometimes, but I can't listen to like a whole album full of Who, a whole live album. There's just something about Roger Daltrey that just annoys me, to be honest. Sadly. Cool. Moving on very quickly. Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous. So this was given to me by my good friend Brian, who hopefully is watching this, so if you are, hello Brian. Brian got this in Germany in 1978, because he was in Germany, I believe, around that time, as he's told us many times. You know what I'm on about. So yeah, this is an original pressing. It is in great condition, and it is a great live album. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the fact that there are quite a lot of overdubs and reworkings on this, but it is great, you know, and it's got some crackers on here. There's not, this is an album I can listen to all the way through, as opposed to that Who album, you know. Dancing in the Moonlight, Cowboy Song, Boys Are Back in Town, Emerald, Jailbreak, Rosalie. Rosalie takes me back to my sort of teenage years, when a lot of us would all go up to the Queen Catherine pub in Osmotherley and watch a band called Charger, and they would always play Rosalie, and it was always a great crowd pleaser. And so next, I'm just going to pause and let my dog out 1 second.